Hey, it says right there on the box, you are live.
Where does it say? Are we live?
It's live.
So it is live right now.
Okay, you're ready for this?
But I don't see where it says I'm live.
It's just hush. Ready for this?
No. No,
Okay.
are we live?
Yes, here's our cold
Okay.
opening.
Bring it.
High on the hill was a lonely
Oh,
goat
good
herd.
Lord.
Lady, lady, hoo. Loud was the voice of the lonely goat herd. Lady, hoo. Folks in a town that was quite remote heard lady, lady, hoo. Lusty and clear from the goat herd's throat heard lady, hoo.
What the hell was that?
And now, on with the show.
Time for bladder check. 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 Wait. Screw it. I'm holding it.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Podcasting, the final audio frontier. These are the legends of Brown Squadron.
Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
The ongoing mission? To explore the Star Wars universe and other nerd culture topics. To seek new content and new cantinas, bars, and lounges. To boldly annoy Scruffy by making too many bad jokes. Welcome to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast.
What the hell was that?
So, that was a complete bit of randomness. Yes.
Was
Sorry
that
about
just your warm up? Just the usual red leather, yellow leather,
red leather, yellow leather, la 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 la. Right.
We did lose a listener right after that too.
I know we did. Right. They tuned. Well, you stalled. You were taking too long with the "Are we live? Are we live?" And I was like, trying to get to it, and before anybody signed on and heard that.
Oh no! I know you're not gonna. No, you're not gonna get to do that before somebody signs on here.
Yeah, I know, right? So, being an old Monty Python Flying Circus fan, I just every once in a while I have to do some random crap and prove what a dork I am.
Oh, you don't need to prove that. Everybody already knows that. We're on a Star Wars podcast. Everybody already knows we're dorks.
Yeah, that's true. And welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. This is Brown Leader signing in. All wings report in.
Brown 2 signing in.
All right, and Brown 4 is on mandatory assignment tonight. So
he is at cheer camp.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Hey, who do we appreciate?
DB.
Scruffy. I prefer Scruffy.
Welcome to episode 109 or 134 on the Spotchka scale. Speaking of Spotchka, he has disappeared from all social media, Twitter, and he'd left, went to Threads for a while, and he's not even on Threads anymore. I did reach out to him. Have not heard back. We wish him well. Hopefully he's doing good. Been wondering where he's been at for a while. I know the guys on Rule the Galaxy were mentioning him last week as well. And, somebody that we all truly appreciated having on the social media. But yeah, Spotchka, if you're out there, send us a sign. Blink once if you're okay. Blink twice if
blink twice if you need help.
Blink twice if you need help. So I know some people in Pennsylvania now, so I can send them your way. All right, welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. Yeah, just us tonight, and it is. Let's see.
You're running the show, so it'll be a little more organized, a little less chaos.
Yeah, I don't know. You should see my notes. It's like 2 lines. Don't screw up.
That's line 1. No. Here's my notes.
So this was supposed to be DB's in charge tonight, but since he bailed on us,
for cheer camp and practices. That's all right. That's okay. You're gonna pump our gas someday.
Should have opened with that. That's even better.
Next time.
So it is early November, and today is a cool day. I know one of the things we could talk about is today is the 21st anniversary of Gennady Tartakovsky's Clone Wars.
Yes.
And which is one of my favorite parts of Clone Wars. And it had very stylized imagery. 21 years ago, it premiered on Cartoon Network, and kudos to the showrunners. For anybody that doesn't know Gennady Tartakovsky, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, and Samurai Jack. Some of the best known. And so he has a very stylized. In fact, I'll bring some of it up on the screen here.
And your favorite villain of all time,
Mojo Jojo.
Yes. No, I absolutely loved the Clone War. This Clone Wars series, the Tartakovsky's Clone Wars series.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my favorites. And for everybody out there who gets upset when any Star Wars series has a 20, 25, 30-minute episode, this would have made your life hell, because each episode was 3 to 5 minutes.
Yes, and it was like at the end of a regular. It was on Cartoon Network, and it was at the tail end of certain shows at certain time spots. And we didn't have DVR. It wasn't on YouTube right away. None of that. You had to catch it live or when it premiered. And you would get literally three. If you were lucky, we would get 5-minute episodes.
Oh, I think there were only like 3 or 4 5-minute episodes. The rest were 3.
Exactly. And I thought, for what it is, for 3 to 5 minutes, man, every episode was packed. Just about everyone ended on a cliffhanger, and you wanted more. And
that Grievous introduction was just amazing.
Yes, you saw that in action. You saw Mace Windu in action, but yes, 2 big bad guys were premiered. One made it into the movies, and the other did not. We got the premiere of. Let's see if I can find a good picture of him. Here we go. Good picture of Grievous.
Yes,
and this isn't going to do it. And but Grievous was premiered in this,
and that the introduction of Assange Ventress.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
that's right.
That
3 bad guys.
Epic introduction to her.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely loved it.
See
right there, right below. You can see her standing behind Count Dooku right there.
Oh yeah, and in fact, I think was it and the storylines. It had a lot of storylines for actually very little animation.
Mm-hmm.
You had Anakin becoming. So this was after So this is obviously after Episode 2. He loses his hand. He goes through his Jedi trials effectively by fighting Asajj, and becomes a formal Jedi Knight during this. You also
he gets his Padawan braid cut off on this one,
right? Dirge, another great bad guy, which they finally brought into comics, I do believe now.
Yes,
for a scary villain, because Mace couldn't kill him. It was crazy. The clone action, the
clone action was awesome, especially that introductory scene where they come in through the city.
Yes.
And they get shot down in the city, and they got to hike the rest of the way in there, 5 clicks out or whatever. That was just awesome. An awesome scene.
Yes. I mean, it was nonstop. It was heart racing, every 3 to 5 minutes.
5 minutes left, you wanting more.
Right.
And the music. They had music only when it absolutely needed to be there. Like that introductory scene where they're flying in, it's silent except for the sound of the ship and the talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then they crash, and then you get the music kicking in. It was just awesome.
And here we go. Here they are in the city.
Yes, there we go.
So basically, who I've named Rex in red armor before Rex was Rex. Before Rex officially existed as a character, but here was your badasses and your clone troopers, and they were badasses for sure.
They were definitely badasses.
You got let's see what else. See if I can find the pictures down here somewhere.
And what I loved about this series is the ending of this series lines up perfectly with the introduction to Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, in fact, it goes right into a deleted scene of that they actually filmed for the movie. That the whole back context, the deleted scene where Grievous is holding Shaak Ti captive and ends up impaling her, one of her 3 canon deaths or something like that. She's got like a bunch of canon deaths, I think.
Oh, and this is the series where they introduce why Grievous coughs.
Yes, that's right.
Yep,
that's right. Mace squeezes him during battle. I'm trying to find, where did that picture go? I had a really good picture of some Jedi that we want canon. So you had the Ithorian.
Yes.
And I forget what was
Hammerhead Jedi.
I forget what that race was. It Tall? Is it Tall? I think it might be Tall.
Oh, okay. There's what I don't remember.
Let's see. Jedi in. This is real thrilling live action.
I know, right? Clone Wars.
And if somebody in the comments knows, let me know.
Oh.
Let us know. And,
Max Rebo Experience. Hello, everyone. I can't stay, but wanted to leave a like.
Max, great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Who was the...
Did he die?
I think they both died, didn't they?
Well, I'm trying to.
And it was, man, that scene where they're trying to escape with Palpatine and they're getting chased. That was a great. I mean,
that was very. It was very. It was a very tense. It was very intense.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's no pictures to this one. I just have a list of deaths, but no pictures here.
Yeah.
Oh, the remember the supply line one, where Anakin found the way, and you hear the line, found the way into the enemy camp, and you first hear the line, "What an amazing smell you've discovered."
Talls. It's a Talls.
Talls.
So the guy there in white, and they were. I think that's a Tall. It's supposed to be a Talls, and they were featured in the actual Lucasfilm Clone Wars in a great episode arc, where we first meet Chuchi, Junior Senator Chuchi, and they that whole scene. I mean, every little storyline in this episode, and again, being 3 to 5 minutes, you were and back then it was long before LFL's Clone Wars. We had episode 2, but we didn't have episode 3 yet, right? Because this was 2003. So we were hungry. We were hungry for more, and we were like, this was our first taste. And it was like afterwards, it was like, needing to shoot up and need another taste. And unless you were fancy, unless you were on it and had a VCR hooked up to your TV and knew when it was going to come on and could tape it, you had to wait for replays.
I did.
And of course you did. Folks, that's why he funds this show. Anyway, just kidding. A
baller with my ancient DVD.
Right?
Actually, it was a VHS. I recorded out of on a VHS player.
Yeah. And I mean, and look at Obi-Wan. I mean, that's a man right there. That's a man's that's a man's
Jedi. A manly man Jedi.
Right? But yeah, we had swoop bikes in it when you hadn't really seen much of swoop bikes other than Anakin after he went to play with the Sand People in
and
episode
you had a
2.
whole fleet of assassin droids. Remember the jousting with the
swoop bikes, and which I at the time, even then, I was kind of like, well, I don't know about that, but okay, everything else is pretty cool. And
I was able to look past that because I did find it to be kind of a cheesy part of the show, but
man,
still, nevertheless,
this scene where Mace drops down in between all the B2s and uses the Force to just push him out in a complete 360 circle. I mean, it was just I mean.
It was an amazing animation. It held you, it kept you captive 3 to 5 minutes, left you wanting more every single time.
Mhm.
I absolutely love this series. I still watch it on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah.
Every month or two, I'll turn this on and watch this instead of my usual stuff. But yeah, this was one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars for sure.
Right. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man.
I do appreciate the way Disney Plus took it and turned it into two different series 1, series 2, instead of each 3 to 5 minute segments.
Yeah, with credits and everything.
Yes,
Right.
so thank you Disney Plus for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I, for one, greatly appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
So yeah, the last part of it came out March 25th, 2005. So just before Revenge of the Sith came out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can't do this.
Oh, please.
This is just a 34-second little clip, and I'm trying to keep the sound off so we don't get any copyright strikes. But, this is kind of a sample of some of the action. And
Yes.
for those of you watching, but the action was nonstop. It was constantly moving. The storytellers,
yeah, there was no fluff.
No, there was definitely
No
no fluff episodes in this whatsoever. But how's that? I mean, Yoda on alien horseback and
alien horseback. Yes, I love the part where he sends him away.
Right,
where you knew that it's too much danger, time for you to go away, so that you stay safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love that scene.
Now that I just resaw that, whatchamacallit, that alien horse, it kind of reminds me of Shock T. Doesn't it kind of look like Shock T?
A little bit, yeah. I have that figure somewhere.
Do you really?
Yes,
of course you do.
Of course I do.
Yeah, but anyway,
see, that is one action figure collection I have not been able to. See, unboxing. I have that action figure of Yoda with that horse.
Nice.
Yeah, that is one. There were a specific series of figures for that collection that I only ended up with the first 6 or 8. I've never been able to finish that set. And as much as I don't want to go back and start finishing off, picking up all the missing figures that I need to get, that is one series I do want to complete somehow, some way.
So let's we'll kind of show what you're talking about here.
Yeah, pull those up. I need to see those. I almost sold them once. I'm glad I didn't, because I absolutely love. Yes, there we go. I absolutely love those figures, and I don't want to sell them. It's the like the one in the upper left. That series of figure right there.
The Saj Ventress one there?
Yep. I appreciate the other ones for sure, but that is with the Cartoon Network logo, and those are the ones I want to finish up.
Right on.
I do have the other ones. A lot of the other ones, I should say, not all of them, but. Oh, and that goes perfect with the with my Republic gunship with the
not that one, is it?
Yes.
Do you have that one?
Yes, I do. It's directly behind the monitor. I also have that, and I had the Arc 170 fighter in that style.
Oh, that's cool.
Both of them are. I'm looking directly at them as I stare just behind the camera.
I'm a sucker for spaceships and fighters that have like the whole tiger's mouth thing painted on.
And so I have the battle pack that goes with the. Let's see if I can get this without knocking anything over. Yes. So I have the battle pack that goes with the standard Arc or standard Republic gunship.
Okay.
I need to find the one that goes with the Tiger Shark gunship.
Nice.
And see if I can do this without. I was also able to pick up Oddball. to pilot my Republic gunship for the Clone Wars.
That's awesome. That's very cool. I'm gonna let's see.
So now those would definitely be openers. I as much as it's going to pay me, I'm going to open those and actually put them up on display, and they're probably going to hang directly above the computer setup in front of me here.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Keep talking for a quick second. I can still hear you. I just gotta take care of something real quick.
Nah, sounds good. So those two for sure I'll get displayed. It's going to pay me to open the box. I love the box. I love the box art. So I'll still keep those set up so where I can still see them, the boxes themselves. But the ships have got to come out. They got to go on display. I'm going to do that classic hang it from the ceiling kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm for sure going to find the other battle pack for that Attack on Coruscant Clone Wars cartoon and get those figures inside that ship. That's one of the things I've looked for the last 3 times we went to ICC that I can never ICCC that I haven't been able to find. Well, I did see it once. They wanted $250 for it. Like, no, that's just way too pricey.
Yikes.
Unboxing.
Unboxing.
Unboxing says nice ship. Yes, that is one of my favorite ships of the whole. Probably out of everything I've got.
That's awesome.
As soon as I saw those in the store, I jumped on it. So those are actual store bought. I didn't pick them up afterwards. As soon as I saw them, I jumped on them. I almost bought 2, and now I wish I would have. But
what was that? No, that was a different series. You got a Clone Wars character. Yeah, you got a Clone Wars character at one of the Ollies, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. Luminara Undeli.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yep, I did pick up that one there. I picked up 2. So for sure to open one. Unboxing Dirge. Yes, Dirge was a cool character, man. I really dug that character.
Oh yeah.
The jousting, the whole jousting thing was kind of like I said, just kind of odd, but I was able to live with it just because of the scene, the whole battle scene was just amazing.
Yeah.
And we'd never seen that many assassin droids in one spot before.
Mm-mm.
And that I love. So I do have a couple Dirge I do want to get opened up and put on display one of these days too.
Yeah. It was definitely our fix. There's an example of the swoop bikes with the javelin.
Yes.
And
I have one of those somewhere too.
It definitely scratched the itch that we needed post episode 2 and before episode 3.
Definitely. And like I said, I love the way you can literally play the last episode of Clone Wars and literally fire up Revenge of the Sith, and they're perfect timing because you see Anakin and Obi-Wan coming in their Jedi starfighters, diving down into the action, and in the opening scene of Revenge of the Sith, you see them pull up and then tilt out like that right along one of the Republic cruisers. It lines up beautifully.
It does. Hey, speak of the did not mean to play that. If you look over in the upper right hand side there, or upper right side, there's unboxing himself right there. And
yes,
looks like he did some unboxing videos on Clone Wars stuff. So definitely check out unboxing.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Check out his YouTube channel. So I jump in the chat every once in a while on his. And
Dirge versus Jackson. Would Dirge get a rabbit's foot? Yes, he would.
Yes, he would. Absolutely.
Jackson wouldn't go down easy, but Dirge is just about unkillable, so he would get a rabbit's foot for sure.
How did they ultimately defeat Dirge in that?
That's left open to interpretation because Obi-Wan, Dirge blows up into exponentially bigger size.
Yeah.
He ends up engulfing Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan uses the Force and blows him apart,
Mhm.
and he's all covered in goo and stuff. And then the next scene, everybody's leaving, but you can kind of see some of those puddles kind of starting to meld back together.
Right.
So
Oh,
you
that's
never-
right.
Yeah, so you don't really. Maybe if anybody out there knows differently, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you ever really see a true death of Dirge.
No.
You're just left with the implication that he died, but yet maybe not. And that was kind of a cool piece there too, that they kind of left you hanging with whether or not he was gone.
Mhm.
You don't see him again in the episodes, in the end of the episodes. But once again, I mean, it was a unanswered question left open for interpretation.
Yeah. And then one of the other, and kudos to them, and I'm going to share this screen really quick. Kudos to them for having a sense of humor too, because you got a Jedi, Jedi Shaggy, who was an homage to Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and they didn't have a ignore that Scooby-Doo looking one picture there, but they had a Shistavanin Jedi in the same group, and to kind of probably give a nod towards Scooby and Shaggy. But how hilarious is that?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Shaggy.
Totally forgot about that.
Of course, that's right up there with in Clone Wars, where they named a Jedi "I'm gonna die," and
Yes. Oh, that's awesome too.
oh, you know what? Here's a continuity error. I don't know if Mundi was that old at that point in the. Anyway, sorry, bad joke.
Yeah, bad joke. You're gonna get
wah. So, yeah, there's a great picture of Dirge right there.
Yes, there you go. There's where he's starting to blow up. Just before Obi-Wan, he engulfs Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan just blows him pieces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, unboxing. No guest tonight. Nope, it is just the two of us. DB is on assignment. I think he's at cheer camp.
Yep.
One of these days, he's gonna slap me.
Yep. Oh, and then there was this guy, Darth Thunder or something, attacking over on the right. There. Oh, maybe I don't have it on the right screen. Hold on. Yeah, he's over on the right side there. That guy coming in.
Open it up a little more.
Okay, hold on a second. So.
Oh yeah.
The space battle. I mean,
I forgot about that.
They had everything. They had space battle. They had fighting on Coruscant. They had Anakin's Jedi trial with Asajj on a completely different planet. They had they even had didn't they have what's his name with an underwater battle?
Kit Fisto with an underwater battle.
Yeah, I mean
the Mon Calamari and the squid head people.
Yeah.
Corn.
Corn.
Yeah, corn. With the guys with
the squid people. Yeah. So it's and look at that armor. How cool! I mean,
anyway. that Obi-Wan is still my favorite Obi-Wan out of all the figures ever released. I love that look of that figure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was really happy. They did this. Lucas LFL back then, and this was pre-Disney. Allowed for them to. Kennedy's production team to put this together, and I'm happy that they did. I think that super happy that they did.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it was before LFL's official Clone Wars, and it holds a special spot. And if you haven't seen it, you can find it on YouTube. You can also buy the sets. I'm sure stream the sets. I don't know if it's on Disney or not. Probably not.
Disney Plus. Yeah,
is it on Disney Plus?
Yep,
Okay,
I watch
Disney
it about
Plus.
once a month.
Okay.
No, this was Hasbro who asked Lucasfilm to develop something between the prequel films. So of course, Hasbro wants to sell more money or
Mm,
sell
yeah.
more
Right.
figures,
Shave
even
some
though
more merchandise.
they won't produce their
Carson Tiva.
Carson Teva figure.
We know how
Yeah.
everybody feels about that one.
We know how Paul Young-Sung Lee feels about that one.
Yes. Right.
So yeah, this was Hasbro's way to try and get some more figures, and I'm glad they did. I truly am glad they did because, like I said, this is probably some of my favorite Star Wars right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was action packed. It had everything you'd want. No fluff. You're right.
No fluff, and there was no time for character development because you didn't need it.
It was no Andor.
There was no Andor by no means.
All right.
3 to 5 minutes of walking.
Right.
But no, there was no need for any character development because it was just action packed. It was literally, there was no fluff. There was no time for it. It was only 3 to 5 minutes. There was no time for unnecessary conversations or anything.
It was lean and mean. I was in college. I was in college when it came out, and I had to. I was living in the dorms, and we had the TV was probably this big, and trying to find the schedule to know when it would be on, because it's not like you could Google the schedule either.
Nope.
Of when they were going to be on. None of that. You had to pay attention. You had to watch for Cartoon Network's commercials.
You were still in college in 2003?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, I'm sorry. What am I thinking? No, I wasn't in college. But
yeah, because no, you were already.
No, I was an adult, had kids. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were already.
What was I watching back? There was something back I remember back in college. It was like that. The first days of, maybe it was just the original days of Cartoon Network that I'm thinking of. That's probably what because Cartoon Network came out while I was in college.
Yes.
That's probably what it was. But yeah, it was.
And it would have been some of his earlier, Tarkovsky's earlier work with Samurai Jack, Powderpuff Girls.
No, Powerpuff Girls.
Was it Powerpuff? Okay.
Yep.
Powerpuff Girls, which, in spite of, I hate to say it out loud, but I loved it, man. I loved Powerpuff Girls.
The adult humor in it was
the adult humor was awesome.
And Dexter's Laboratory was really
good. Dexter's Laboratory is one of my favorites. I love some of the images you see of the original artwork for Dexter's Laboratory put next to the Big Bang Theory, because they're very similar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. That's
very cool. But yeah, so 21 years ago.
21 years ago, and I literally just watched it. This was about a month before we went to Nashville, so it's been a while since I watched it. Yeah. I think it's time tonight.
If you haven't seen it, Disney Plus, YouTube, you can find it just about anywhere. Just Google Gennady Tartakovsky's. There we go. I said it right. Ding 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 ding. Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, 2003 Clone Wars. And
so I don't know if you can see it very well. There's Dexter's Lab on one side and Big Bang Theory on the other side.
Oh, nice.
So the some of the artwork is meant to be similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unboxing. So now I think I'll have to watch it again. Yes, like I said, it's definitely something I watch on a regular basis. And I don't think I could ever get enough of that one.
So here's a little trivia question for you. Speaking of which, what was General Grievous's official name after the Battle of Geonosis? A, Supreme Commander of the Droid Armies. B, Supreme Commander of Separatist Combat. C, Supreme Commander of the Droid Legions. D, Supreme Commander of Separatist Troops.
D.
Nope. It was A, Supreme Commander of the Droid Armies. And he was always shorter than Anakin imagined.
That was one of my favorite scenes, too.
That was.
You're much shorter than I imagined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boy, they really had to thread the needle hard in LFL's Clone Wars to make sure that they never met. in all the 7 seasons of Clone Wars. They couldn't meet, and there
Mhm.
were, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, they did an awesome job with the continuity, keeping the continuity there.
So
Keeping the continuity is something they didn't know they needed to know anything about.
right. So yeah. So there we go. We already just talked a half an hour just on
Oh
that.
my word, we did, didn't we?
Yeah,
Man, we can ramble.
we can. Let's ramble on.
And then, so the other news to drop today, specifically, came out this morning. Simon Kinberg is set to write and produce the new Star Wars trilogy for Lucasfilm. Yay!
They're announcing more movies,
They're announcing more movies. I know, right? Wow.
and we got and don't you remember the trailer they dropped for the last movie?
Kind of, actually, yes.
The one they dropped 2 months ago. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've heard. So this is the. I don't think anything has truly been officialized yet. Is officialized? Is that a real word? Officialized?
Nice, officialized. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a scruffyism.
Think of that.
So I heard it will comprise of episodes 10 through 12 of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah, I saw that on social too.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean,
Why? We don't need it.
no, I don't. Show me some Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Now, okay, so I don't typically like to talk about upcoming movies and announcements and stuff because again, show me, just really don't even bother telling me. My opinion is don't even really tell me until the trailer's ready, please, because how many of these projects have been announced and they're in development and
pulled and
yeah,
shut down.
exactly. And so it's and it's frustrating as a viewer. Back during the dark times, and even coming out of the dark times, we didn't have much, but at least when they announced something, we eventually got it.
Eventually, yeah.
So for us, it always kind of feels like it always leaves kind of a bitter taste because there's always a bait and switch.
They're dangling something in front of you and then taking it away from you.
Right, and I get in the movie industry, all this stuff happens all the time. A lot of stuff is in development. It takes years to make movies. It's a long process. How long did it take Ryan Reynolds to finally get the original Deadpool made? After all the different iterations they tried to use the Deadpool character in. But for those that I will say though, Simon Kinberg, great name. If they are attaching him to a project and it can see its way through to fruition,
absolutely,
definitely would be worth it. And for those that may not know who Simon Kinberg is, I'll bring it up. He's got a lot of credits to his name. So a lot of
some of the Rebels episodes.
He did Rebels. Yep, that's a Star Wars tie-in. But outside of that, he's been executive producer and producer on things like Deadpool and Wolverine, the Deadpool movies, Logan. Absolutely love Logan. Some of the X-Men movies.
Oh wait. Oh, I thought that was the Twilight Saga.
Like you said, you really did not just say that.
No.
The Martian.
No, I didn't. I'm not sure which I'd rather watch. If it was forced to make a choice, 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight, I don't know. Each one would be just torturous.
Elysium. So it would beg. So the question that we'd have to ask is, with so much Deadpool and things like The Martian and Elysium, who would be his go-to actor for the film trilogy? Would it be Matt Damon or would it be Ryan Reynolds? But if anybody was to help produce a Jackson movie, I could definitely see Simon Kinberg doing it with his experience with the Deadpool movies.
Hey, so is Jackson still around? Oh wait, no, Jackson died, didn't he?
Well,
didn't we see his skeleton in one of the?
You see one of his species in the what were those? The droid D Squad episodes.
Yes.
in Clone Wars.
Yes.
You do, but I think did somebody tell us recently Jackson came back in? He's back in canon or something.
Unboxing. Gosh, what are you talking about? Lucasfilm never cancels any projects.
Right. right on. But yeah,
it's possible he could still be alive.
But he would be the one. We've talked about it before. Was it when they talked about John Watts? Being tied to some contract as well. But yeah, just for me, my headcanon still Ryan Reynolds as Jackson. Make Jackson the Deadpool of kind of the wisecracking Deadpool type character of the Star Wars universe, and I would be down with that. Totally down with that.
Yeah, I'm on board with you on that one. As much as Jackson still kind of bugs me. But, nevertheless, I had to go out and get another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not sure why I did that, but
right.
That's a whole different discussion for a whole nother show involving a therapist and some 12-step program. Because I can quit anytime.
This is retail therapy. It's not. You're already getting your therapy.
I need therapy for my therapy now.
Therapy for your therapy, yeah.
Because I can quit anytime.
Anytime. Didn't we need to title? We need to do a whole collection corner episode and call it that. I can quit anytime.
But it as we have it every day. It's right behind me.
That's true. Did you want to talk some collection corner?
Sure, we could talk some collection corner. Somebody, thank you very much, went and got me some more comics. Oops, hold on, some more comics. Darth Maul. What's it? The black, white, and red issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I don't recognize these. So I think somehow I fell asleep behind the wheel when these were coming out.
I went to your guy and you didn't have those already? I bought them from your source.
I know, right? Well, this was before this is when I was Patrick. Because for those who don't know, I local comic book store. Oh wait. Whoops.
Yeah, that was it.
Didn't just show up. Didn't Jackson show up in a Star Wars anime?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think he did.
Something like that. So anyway, so I go to a comic book store and I've known a couple people there for a very long time, but somehow when I started going back in there more frequently, because I woke up one morning and decided I need every single Star Wars comic book from the original Marvel line. I think I was emptying out some of this. Oh, yes, there we go. There's Patrick and Patrick.
Patrick and Patrick. I sent him that picture.
Nice. So for some reason, I ended up becoming Patrick, and I just like, whatever.
As long
as I answered to it, I didn't care.
Right.
I certainly have been called worse by for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was only about 8 months ago where they finally looked at my name tag and realized I wasn't Patrick. Yes, Top Comics. Mm-hmm. That is where that's one of my most favorite stores in town here, for sure. Go ahead. I got a little.
Okay. Little glitch going on. So, yeah. What else?
There we go. That was quick and easy.
Okay.
So yes, 1 through 4. I started checking them out. I read them, and the stories don't sound familiar to me either. So somehow I think I missed that. But I got to dig out the comics. The comics are approximately sitting behind this wall right here, and the rest of the collection goes another 10 feet that way in a storage area behind me. So they're buried, and it's the whole collection sits about 6.5 feet tall. It's probably 20 20 feet long. Yeah. I got to find them.
Well, when I stopped in there the other day and I saw those covers, and I'd seen them on a previous trip, and I really liked that issue 2 cover.
Yes.
Thought that was pretty dope. And
yeah, that style animation is that style art is one of your favorites for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, and then while I was in there, I also picked up some things for myself.
And I absolutely love that cover too.
Oh yeah. Right on.
What'd you get?
So I had picked up the first 2 I call them graphic novels. I think I forget what they're trade
paperbacks,
Trader Joe's or something.
So
So they're graphic novels. To me, my generation, that's what they were called. And
I still call them graphic novels too.
A lot, like last year, I picked up the first 2 of War of the Bounty Hunters, the trade paperbacks for those. And so yesterday, or when I picked yours up, I bit the bullet and I got the Darth Vader one, tie-in one, the Dr. Aphra,
Yes,
the Bounty Hunters, and the just regular Star Wars comic run tie-ins for those. So I'm going to be reading those. I still have not read the first 2 digital copies of
Dark
Droids.
Yes.
Yeah, so I still got to read those yet. Got to finish Kempshaw's book because we're going to have Kempshaw on sometime here in the near future. That's going to be a special Sunday episode when we finally book that date. He's got man.
Hey, unboxing. You have a good night, sir.
See you unboxing. Have a great night.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and so he, I sent the questions in to Kempshaw's publicist, and we're just waiting on a date. It'll be a special Sunday episode because Kempshaw's over in England, and so we want to make sure it's easy for both of us. Neither one of us has to be up at 2 a.m. to do the interview. So, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That was weird.
Don't be pulling any DB on me.
I'm trying not to, but every screen just went blank. That was weird. Okay, I can still hear you, but yeah, it just went blank.
So we'll have Kempshaw.
Yes,
on.
I need to get busy on that book. I ordered a copy of it upstairs. Every time I go to open it, something comes up. I don't know how I'm gonna pull this one off, but somehow I gotta crank out at least a good half of it.
I'm really loving the book. It's a historical novel set in the Star Wars universe, written by Beaumont Kin, the character Beaumont Kin, as written by Beaumont Kin, which is very cool. There's another book, not by Chris, but I heard about it on Rule the Galaxy. Joe read it because Joe is a real big Rex fan as well. And there is some sort of bounty hunter book, or not bounty hunter, clone trooper book written from Rex's perspective.
Oh.
And they had the author on their show a couple months ago.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I need to reach out to Joe and get a photo of what that book looks like. I need that book.
I'll look it up. I'll send it to you tonight after the show. But yeah, I picked those up, and then Mrs. Brown Leader doing what she does best. And
yes.
Well, second best. First thing that she does the best is just put up with me. And all of
tolerates our
yeah, exactly. But thrift shop find. So it's a trivia box game. And
that's cool.
That's what I read a couple of those trivia questions from a moment ago. Was from one of the cards, and it's some sort of a game. It's a trivia game, and because there's steel cards and stuff. But here's my dilemma. Some of the cards were already opened, but 2 of them are still sealed.
Open them.
I can't do it. I can't open them.
I get it. I get it.
I've lived with you guys for way too long.
Yep. Yes, you have. One of us.
One of
you have become one of us.
Oh, I'm not even going to talk about what I ordered today, but
oh, good. Yeah, we won't cover that either.
We'll cover that when it comes in.
Yeah, because I ordered something too.
So and some of these questions super easy, obviously. Like there was one like who said who, hey, it's me. Obviously that's Obi or Han Solo. Yeah. So I even messed up the answer. Who killed Jabba the Hutt? But then there's questions like this. What is the ceremonial red mark on Queen Amidala's lower lip known as? I'm a nerd, but that's...
I am an epic nerd. There's not a whole lot I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure I've heard it at some point in time, but no.
Here's your 4 choices. The tear of Tidria, or Tidria, the scar of remembrance, the scar of the Great War, the tear of Theed.
No, it's a scar of remembrance.
It is.
Yes.
Good one.
Wow, what a nerd am I.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Such an epic nerd.
I wouldn't have guessed that without having the card in front of me. So how many double laser cannons did the Simu 6 have? First of all, I don't even know what the Simu 6 is.
I can't picture what that is in my head.
And the options are 6, 3, 1, or 2. And
I'm actually going to have to pull a picture of what the Simu 6 is.
Yeah, let's do that. Simu 6. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
What is it?
It is Grievous's ride on Utapau when he's trying to get away from Obi-Wan.
Oh, the round.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Looks like something from G.I. Joe.
Kind of, sorta. Actually, there was a. There it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of something from G.I. Joe, and I don't remember what or why.
Well, there's also another cartoon from the 80s, Spiral Zone, I think it was, that had vehicles where they rode kind of similar to this, actually, believe it or not.
I call it his unibike.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I referred to it for a little while there.
So obviously the answer to this question is C1, set of double lasers. But yeah, it's there's some, like I said, easy ones, but then there's some things like what was that? Now I'm feeling incompetent in my nerddom. What the heck?
Yeah, those are some cool questions, because like you said, some of them are easy, some of them like the red mark. As soon as I heard the answer, I knew what it was, because I remember hearing it at some point.
Yeah.
But then there's one like that I never even knew that thing had a name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, I never knew what the name was. Everything's got a name. But I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Maya. The Cobra Buzzsaw looks almost exactly like that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that now. Cobra Buzzsaw.
So I'm going to bring up this, and it was not a cartoon that I watched on the regular, because it was on one of those UHF channels, that you had to switch the TV over to.
Yes.
And it was like UHF 62 in Detroit or something really weird. And there was this cartoon called Spiral Zone. And here's a toy of the vehicle.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't recall ever seeing Spiral Zone.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was on the UHF and one of those channels, and it was, let's see, here's here, I'll switch over to this so I can see a little bit of it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever paid any attention to those channels. I don't ever remember us not having cable.
Oh, I could remember pre-cable very easily. again, we couldn't fund a show. So, thanks to our lucky benefactors like you.
Whatever. Whatever.
So here's like a shot of it from
I'm just as broke as you are.
here's a shot of it from the actual cartoon.
Oh yes.
But when I saw Grievous's Simu 6, as we now know it, but then like that was like the commander's vehicle, and then all the flunkies got to ride this.
So an actual unicycle.
Yes. Yeah. So
I so need to look this cartoon up.
Yeah, it was again, it was a cartoon designed because of the toys, to sell a toy line. Just like
was that Spiral Zone?
Spiral Zone, yeah. So things like Mask and GoBots and everything back that out in the 80s was they're like, okay, we have this toy line. Now we need a cartoon to support the toy line, to push the toy line, right? And honestly, if you think about it, let's go full circle. Who do we owe it all to? George Lucas.
Absolutely.
I mean, when Lucas was selling off rights, he always made sure to retain the toy, the merchandising.
One of his best decisions. Made him the billionaire he is today.
But it also, look how strongly it implanted on us. Again, for our generation, when we still played with dolls, toys, they're
action figures.
It imprinted. It's why it's so important, and why we struggle as older collectors, not seeing the demise of the slow demise of the toy sections. Kids just aren't playing with that stuff anymore. But
it's a little bit of it that as well. But there are collectors here who would buy that stuff if it showed up on the shelves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, another question. Who was
Alfie? Alfie was one of those from Hula Galaxy was one of those big complainers of that as well.
Oh yeah.
So trivia question, bring it.
What was Dud Bolt's home world? Do you remember who Dud Bolt was? I think Dud Bolt, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not going to Google this, so we'll get proven wrong in the chat for sure if I'm wrong, but I think he was one of the pod racers. So
I don't know.
So the answers are A, Vulture, B, Volptar, C, Volptur, or D, Veltor. So
B.
No, it was C, Volptar. Star Wars Dud Bolt. Let's see if I was right. Oh yeah. So he is one of the guys that didn't even start the race. So
never made it off the finish line.
Yeah.
Or starting line.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So no, some definitely some good questions.
Yeah, there's some really cool questions, and there's some very obscure that even a little more of a hardcore nerd like I am would know the answer to.
Who trained?
Maya remembered it. I just knew it was really obscure.
Rock on, man. Who trained the Varactals on Utapau? Exactly.
Is that even a thing?
It's
if I didn't know anybody, I'd swear you're making some of this shit up.
A, Pawns, B, Utai, C, human settlers, or D, Skakoans?
B.
Varactals, isn't that what Obi-Wan rode to chase? I think that's what he chased Grievous in his Simu 6 in that scene. And it was B, Utai. But
I just guessed based on the fact that it sounded like a name.
Here we go. What Jedi Master was riding a bark speeder on Salukami when Order 66 was given? A.
Wait.
Well, I can give you the options.
Give me the options.
A, Adi Galia. B. Kit Fisto. We know it's not Kit Fisto because he died like a punk. C. Stas Ali. Or D. Apo Roncisius.
This is Treachery on Seleucami.
Yep.
And it is Jedi Master Stas Ali.
Very good.
Because I have the toy in front of me.
Nice. That's funny.
So, yeah, some of that stuff I'll know, but there's some pretty obscure stuff. Like I did not know the big giant lizard Obi-Wan was riding had a name. Well, I never knew what the name was. I mean, we've been in this long enough to know everything in the Star Wars universe has a name.
Yeah. Who was one of the two aides to the senator from Alderaan?
What was the question?
Who was one of two aides to senator from Alderaan? And I'm guessing this is prequels. Obviously.
You think?
That's
a little dark, man.
I just realized how dumb that statement was. Sorry, my bad. I mixed that question. I don't even know the answer anymore.
Either.
Okay, and we'll end on this one. Who gave the order, move the fleet away from the Death Star toward the end of the Battle of Endor? A. Lando. B. Admiral Akbar. C. Mon Mothma. Or D. General Madine.
Akbar or Madine. I want to say it's Akbar.
Yeah, it's Akbar. Funny enough, 3 of those choices were at ICCC this year.
Yes.
Lando, Akbar, and General Madine.
Oh, yep. Maya knew.
Yep, Akbar. Right on. Right on. So.
Oh, yes, the bogey. The bogey.
Yep.
That big lizard thing.
Yep.
Which I always thought was kind of a cool creature.
How many twin
I wanted one.
How many twin turbo laser cannons were in place on the Banking Clan's Munificent class frigates?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know.
36, 10, 26, or 40?
40.
No, it's 26.
26.
So, yeah. So, it's like, wow. Just crazy. Some good stuff.
Yeah, there's some cool questions in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we not going to get the Lego today?
Oh, were we going to talk about that?
Well, we should probably wait for DB.
We should probably wait for DB, yeah.
And then, so what is that? So this is the Lego removal tool that helps you kind of remove pieces when you put them in the wrong spot.
Really?
And this is the ship, Dev's Devastator ship, Darth Devastator ship in the Lego.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
This is the inspiration for that ship. Yes.
Yeah, that Lego Rebuild the Galaxy was just, we'll touch on it. We can touch on it real quick, but phenomenal. Really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. I recommend, it's probably my favorite Lego Star Wars out there. And I think they need to bring those writers into, the 2 guys that wrote that, into more Star Wars.
Oh, it's called the Separator.
Separator, yeah.
Yep, and this is the separator right there.
Separator tool. That makes complete sense. Wow, what an Easter egg! What knowledge you're dropping on us tonight. Holy cow!
So, some of my favorite parts of this thing: Rose Tika, the Darth Rose Tika.
Oh yeah,
her medallion on her neck is the 2 pieces of her and her sister's.
Oh, that's cool.
Sister's necklace.
Right.
Since this is an alternate universe, they're not separate. They're one piece now.
Oh, that's cool.
And around her neck.
Right on.
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome piece too. Oh, and then my favorite character, Jedi Bob.
Jedi Bob, yes. Jedi Bob was great.
So Jedi Bob first appeared in the classic Star Wars Attack of the Clones Republic gunship Lego building set from 2002. The Jedi minifigure had no name, so the fans dubbed him Jedi Bob,
Nice. Yep.
and he had kind of a cult status after that. And now he's got his own show.
I think Bobby Moynihan, right, did the voice, I think, for him.
Yes.
And isn't Bobby Moynihan also the whatchamacallit in Mando, the blue guy? The first guy Mando catches and then becomes comic relief back on Navarro.
It might be, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't state that in here. But
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and what I loved about Jedi Bob in Rebuild the Galaxy, again, details. When they work details into stuff, his face, like part of his face is faded away, like Legos fade away over time. You know, the printing on the faces, and like the right side of his face is starting to, like, it looks like it's been faded away over the years. And
it does, yes.
It does it, right? And since it's such an old Lego action figure, right?
Yes, that's cool. And some of the other scenes, I don't know. I just picked up on this today because I just rewatched it about 2 hours ago, about 2.5 hours ago. When as you see the light coming down on different scenes, some of them scenes look like the Lego pieces have fingerprints on them from when somebody put them together.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Did you notice that?
No.
Any of our listeners out there, have you noticed it, or am I just did I see something that did I imagine something tonight?
No, it's probably. I mean, if they named his ship the Separator and used the actual piece that separates Legos, I'm sure that is not a mistake.
Oh, and then I loved Maul's outfit. Did you notice the Darth Maul outfit? The throwback to Lando from Solo.
No, I'd have to go back and rewatch it. Oh, okay. Yep. That's hilarious. But keep going. Sure.
Yeah, well, some of these little details in here were just absolutely hysterical, and I just love them. But nothing will beat the Dark Falcon and Darth Jar Jar. I am going to hate myself for the rest of my life, but I am going to have to go buy a Dark Falcon, so I can have Darth Jar Jar. I don't need it. But I gotta have the Darth Jar Jar, man. Who does not need a Darth Jar Jar in their collection?
Oh, right on. I mean, the fact that they made that, I mean, that's just great. You know, that they put that
and some of his lines, some of Darth Jar Jar's lines are just awesome. But yeah, there was some other really awesome Easter eggs in here. The Greedo and Leia.
Oh, it goes right back to our conversation with Paul Hogan. Yeah.
Yes, it did. Greedo shot his shot first. That's the actual line from the show. Greedo shot his shot first. But yeah, I don't know if we want to do the whole review or if we want to wait for DB on this one.
Let's wait for DB.
Definitely my favorite Lego, and I loved it because it had a great story to it. It wasn't just some nonsense stuff they pulled together, like the last one before this, Summer Vacation or whatever it was called.
Yeah, which had
it has a good place to it, but it was a lot of little nonsense stories. This had an actual theme, an actual story plot to it, and in spite of how, well, it's Lego, so it's obviously not very realistic, but it was just awesome. I loved it. It was darker than some of the other Lego stuff. And my favorite power droid of all time now, Servo.
Oh, yeah.
Though in spite of the fact that when he got a voice, he got a little annoying.
So, did you notice that in the opening where they show the character silhouettes,
Yes.
his changed episode to episode
Yep.
based on
Well, I wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't pointed out and said, "Watch this. Watch for this."
oh yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if I would have noticed it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm impatient. As soon as I get a chance, I skip the preview. I skip the intro.
What?
Oh yes, every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am. I cut the fluff. Get to the point here. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. So I am looking up something. I have two more things for Collection Corner actually.
So yeah, I got a couple other things in the mail, but I can't reveal those at this time. Those will be revealed sometime next month. Sometime towards the end of next month.
Nice. Come on. I'm trying. Somebody just sent me a picture of something and it came out real blurry, so I'm trying to find the actual document so that maybe I can bring it up.
Nice.
But one thing that I wanted to mention real quick as part of Collection Corner is some friends of ours tomorrow night. We've had Chris on from Geek Trader Market in the past.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night is their fall Geek Trader Market, November 8th from 4 to 10 at Right Brain Brewery. So if you're in the Traverse City area and you want to look for some cool collectibles, some nostalgia stuff, then definitely swing by Right Brain Brewery, grab a beer, and look at some collectibles and maybe find some treasures. They're doing it indoors because the weather's starting. It's their first time that they've done it indoors. We were hoping to try to do some live streaming from there, but with work schedules and everything, unfortunately, we're just not able to participate in this one. We're going to try to get together with them in the spring. But
Scruffy was supposed to be selling stuff at this one.
Oh, that's right. You were, weren't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is still buried.
But it's a pop-up swap meet, Right Brain Brewery, tomorrow night. So if you're listening to this live again and you live in the Traverse City Market, then you definitely want to check that out.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing that I wanted to mention, and I can't get a clear picture of it right now, but somebody that we know that works at the other building just messaged me while we were sitting here, and on Friday, November 15th, if you live in the Charlevoix area and you want to see something cool, the Charlevoix Theater is going to be playing a dubbed version of Star Wars: A New Hope, and it's going to be in the Ojibwa language. And tickets are only $7, which
no way.
How freaking cool is that? Friday, November 15th at 9 a.m. up in Charlevoix, Michigan. So if you live up there, Adam Bray is close to that. So
yes,
he lives up in that area. But yeah, it looks like it's a cool thing. $7 to see the movie, $7 for a small popcorn and small soda to go along with it.
When is that?
How cool is that? November 15th.
November 15th. Okay. Oh yeah, Jeremiah was going to sell some stuff too, but his is buried also.
Oh yeah. This flyer she sent me has "May the Force be with you" in Ojibwa printed on it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So Ojibwa, for those listeners who don't know what it is, that is the Native American language of the indigenous people of this region.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to round off Collection Corner with those two.
Yes, that would be cool to go see. I would love to see that. November 15th. I'm sure I'll be at work.
Yeah, probably. But if you're Maya would know this person very well, actually, who sent me that. So, and she is probably not watching, but if she is, thank you. You know who you are, and so.
Oh, I know who sent it to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yes, I will be at work on the 15th. Yes.
Da. All right. Anything else? We're already at hour 15.
Yeah, she sent it to him too.
Nice.
Did I get one?
I don't know. She sent it through Messenger.
Oh yes, she sent it to me too.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll just call her BB.
There you go.
BB.
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 Yes, thanks, BB.
Thanks, BB. So yeah. One last segment. Shall we get out of here? We do have a guest next week. We have 2 guests next week. So be ready for a 2-hour plus episode next week. For sure.
We do?
We have the return of Mark and Seppi.
That's right. Yes.
Yes. So again, be ready for at least 2+ hours, depending on how much we can rein Seppi in on the gas coefficient questions that he has regarding Star Wars. So
that was a good conversation, actually.
It actually was. Yeah.
Yes.
We definitely could go and go and go.
Go.
He is the Energizer Bunny Rabbit of guests for podcasts. So, but yeah. And then in 2 weeks, we have another guest on the 21st, a working actor, Mr. Michael Chan. He most notably from Star Trek Discovery. He had a supporting role in the later seasons of that as part of Starfleet. So that will be a fun episode to meet him as well. And talk about, and he's a working actor, and you can find him on all the socials. One of my favorite things that he does is he does a dad joke of the day on Twitter. We're going to get along just fine.
Of course he does.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And with that, I think that's a great segue.
I think that is a great segue.
The final segment of the night. You got it?
I have the photo ready.
Dad joke of the week. Time to annoy Scruffy and DB. Dad joke of the week. All right, dad joke of the week brought to you by Kelly Knox's book, Star Wars Dad Jokes. My favorite segment of the show.
Yeah, mine too.
And you know what? With this one, we'll just this one will be in honor of the person that just sent us that information about the Star Wars viewing. So, what did R2D2 say when he met BB-8? I like the way you roll. That was Dad Joke of the Week. Now don't you feel absolutely complete? And here is Scruffy's response every time.
Get off my space lawn.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I think that's, we have
we hour and 18 minutes of.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
No, we talked Gennady Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, 2003 Clone Wars. Great. Can't recommend that enough.
No, cannot recommend that enough.
You are a Star Wars fan of any kind. Now,
even if you don't like animation, watch it anyway, just for the characters and the story development, because it does develop a story. Don't
worry about if it's canon or not, and it's just fun. And that's what Star Wars is meant. At the end of the day, that's what Star Wars really is meant to be, is fun. And try to put yourself in back in our shoes too. Before we had LFL's official Clone Wars, when all we had was post episode 2, right on Maya. Before we had episode 3, post episode 2 of the movies, it really scratched an itch. It really did. And being told in 3 to 5 minute segments actually was genius. And because it was just
as painful as it was. Yes.
As painful as it was, in the end, it was genius. And the story, like you said, you nailed it on the head, Scruffy. No fluff. Just bam and go. Today's streaming age, people that grew up on that, it may hit a little differently, and I understand that. But that's what I'm saying. If try to put back in that space, thinking that you're only getting these little morsels once, and it was once a week, right? I think
Once a week.
once a week, 3 to 5 minutes a week. And we didn't have podcasts back then to go on and rant about how Lucasfilm is, how could George sign off the rights to this, and Gennady Tartakovsky's ruining Star Wars, and
Get off my space lawn.
get off my space lawn, right? And so yeah,
Cannot recommend it enough.
yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and we'll get around to rebuilding the galaxy at some point. So, but yeah, next week, if you'd like to find, let me see if I can find all my collateral here. If you want to follow us in between these episodes, since we go a week between live episodes, and we just leave you hungry for more, and you need another taste of Hyperspace Heroes,
you need more Scruffy.
Right, you can find us on X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. I have been trying to post a little more consistently on Blue Sky as well. And you can also email us at brownsquadron@gmail.com if you would like to send us questions. And by all means, send in some questions. We'd love to read them on air. We will give full credit to the good, the bad, and the ugly and of the questions. And Scruffy will answer any question that you ask of him. So
No, not any question.
And if you want to submit a $20 donation, he will answer your questions in a Wookiee pelted Speedo. So
30 and you got a deal.
30. Yes, you heard it.
Yes, you heard it here.
Yes, right on.
That is so wrong. And with that, we just lost all of our listeners. It's raining Scruffy. Yes. That
Right
is
on.
never going to get old.
No, it's not. Nope, because I'll never let it get old. So anyway, yeah, you can follow us on all the socials. You can hit our DMs. You can email us at brownsquadron@gmail.com. And yeah, with that, Scruff, I say we get out of here tonight. So
Let's get out of here.
with that, you've been watching. This is Brown Leader signing off for the duo tonight. And you have been listening and watching Hyperspace Heroes. That's no moon. That was horrible.
Yes.
Was it good?